Once upon a time, in the heart of a lush green forest called Whisperwood, lived a little girl named Lila. Lila was not like other children. She had a peculiar sense of adventure and a vivid imagination. She spent most of her days exploring the enchanting woods, her little heart filled with wonder and curiosity. One day, she decided to wear her favorite tiny raincoat, a bright yellow piece that she adored for its cheerful color and its magical properties. Lila's tiny raincoat had a special charm. It would change colors depending on her mood. On that sunny morning, it sparkled with a vibrant shade of lemon yellow, reflecting her excitement as she planned her day of exploration. She put on her raincoat and set off, her tiny wooden flute tucked safely in her pocket. This flute was a gift from her grandmother, who said it could summon the friendly creatures of the forest. As Lila wandered deeper into the woods, she felt a gentle breeze whispering through the trees, carrying with it the sweet scent of blooming wildflowers. Suddenly, she spotted a flicker of movement among the branches. A friendly squirrel, with a fluffy tail and bright, curious eyes, scampered down a tree trunk and approached her. "Hello there," chirped the squirrel, his voice cheerful and warm. "I'm Sammy the squirrel. What brings you to my part of Whisperwood?" Lila knelt down, her eyes sparkling with joy. "Hi, Sammy. I'm Lila. I'm just exploring today. I love this forest so much. There are so many wonders to see." Sammy twitched his nose and looked at her raincoat with interest. "That's a lovely tiny raincoat you have there. It must keep you cozy. I have something special to show you, if you're up for an adventure." Lila's heart raced with excitement. "I'd love to. What do you want to show me?" Sammy glanced around, making sure the coast was clear. "Follow me. There's a secret place I discovered last week. It's magical." With that, Sammy darted off, and Lila hurried after him, her raincoat flapping behind her. They wove through tall grass, over fallen branches, and under low-hanging vines. The forest was alive with sounds, the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, and the soft whispering of pine cones swaying gently in the breeze. After a while, they arrived at a clearing filled with shimmering lights and colorful flowers. In the center of the clearing was a giant tree with twisting branches, and at its base was a circle of beautiful pine cones. "This is the Whispering Grove," Sammy explained, his voice full of awe. "If you listen closely, the pine cones share secrets of the forest." Lila crouched down, pressing her ear against a particularly large pine cone. She could hear soft whispers, like a gentle lullaby. "What are they saying?" she asked, intrigued. "They tell stories about the forest and its inhabitants," Sammy replied. "But that's not all. They also know the secret to finding magic glasses." "Magic glasses?" Lila exclaimed, her eyes widening. "What do they do?" "They allow you to see the hidden magic in the world around us," Sammy said. "But you have to find them first. Legend has it that they are hidden in the tallest tree in Whisperwood, the grand elder oak." Lila's heart leapt at the thought of a new adventure. "Let's go find them. I want to see the magic." Sammy nodded, a determined look on his face. "All right, but it won't be easy. We'll have to climb the tree and solve a riddle to uncover the magic glasses." With that, the two friends set off toward the grand elder oak, which towered majestically above the rest of the trees. As they approached, Lila felt a sense of awe wash over her. The tree was ancient, its bark gnarled and covered in moss. "It looks like it has stories of its own," she whispered. "Indeed," Sammy agreed, looking up at the towering branches. "Let's climb." With Sammy leading the way, they began to climb. The branches were thick and sturdy, providing perfect footholds. Lila felt exhilarated as they ascended, her raincoat brushing against the rough bark. She marveled at the view below. The forest looked like a vibrant patchwork of greens and browns. Finally, they reached a wide branch that jutted out, giving them a perfect view of the clearing below. But there was something else, a shimmering object nestled among the leaves. "There it is," Lila gasped. "The magic glasses." Before they could reach for the glasses, a deep, rumbling voice echoed through the branches. "Who dares approach the magic glasses?" It was the guardian of the grand elder oak, a wise old owl with feathers that sparkled like starlight. Lila and Sammy froze. "We mean no harm, wise guardian," Lila called out, her voice trembling slightly. "We are just curious adventurers seeking the magic glasses." The owl tilted its head, studying them carefully. "To obtain the magic glasses, you must solve my riddle. Answer correctly, and the glasses are yours. Fail, and you shall be stuck in the branches of the grand elder oak forever." Lila gulped, her heart racing. "What's the riddle?" she asked bravely. The guardian hooted softly, its voice echoing through the leaves. "I have keys but open no locks. I have space but no room. I have no flesh, but I can be filled. What am I?" Lila furrowed her brow, deep in thought. Keys but no locks, space but no room. She remembered the tiny wooden flute in her pocket, which her grandmother had used to play beautiful melodies. Suddenly it clicked. A piano. The answer is a piano. The owl blinked, surprised. "You are correct, young one. The magic glasses are yours." With a wave of its wing, the owl revealed the glasses, which sparkled with an otherworldly glow. Lila reached out and gently took them, marveling at their beauty. "Thank you, guardian. Remember," the owl said wisely, "with great power comes great responsibility. Use the magic wisely." Lila nodded earnestly. "I will." She carefully placed the glasses on her nose, and in an instant, the world transformed. Colors became more vibrant, and hidden sparkles danced in the air. "Wow!" she exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder. "This is amazing!" Sammy squeaked with delight. "Let's explore the magic together." They spent hours wandering through the Whispering Grove, discovering hidden trails and secrets of the forest. They laughed as they watched tiny fairies flitting about, leaving trails of glittering dust in their wake. Lila played her wooden flute, and the animals gathered to listen, enchanted by the music. But as the sun began to set, casting a golden glow through the trees, Lila knew it was time to head home. "Thank you, Sammy. This was the best adventure ever," she said, hugging her furry friend. "I had a great time too," Sammy replied, his eyes shining with happiness. "Let's do this again soon." As Lila made her way home, she couldn't help but smile. The tiny raincoat, the friendly squirrel, the magic glasses, and the whispering pine cones all added to her treasure trove of adventures. She felt grateful for the magic of Whisperwood and all the friends she had made. That night, Lila lay in bed, her heart full of joy. She knew that every day in Whisperwood held the promise of new adventures, and she couldn't wait to see what tomorrow would bring. But as she drifted off to sleep, a faint sound reached her ears, the sweet melody of her tiny wooden flute playing softly in the night, as if the forest was calling her back for another adventure. The next morning, Lila awoke with renewed excitement. She put on her tiny raincoat, which glimmered with a cheerful shade of bright yellow, and grabbed her flute. Today, she decided to invite her other friends from the forest to join in the fun. As she wandered deeper into Whisperwood, she played a joyful tune on her flute. The notes floated through the trees, echoing and reverberating, calling to her friends. Soon, she was greeted by a chorus of friendly faces: Benny the bunny, Clara the colorful bird, and even the wise old tortoise named Timmy. "Lila, what a beautiful song," chirped Clara, her feathers shimmering in the morning light. "Are we going on another adventure?" asked Benny, his nose twitching with excitement. "Absolutely," Lila exclaimed, clapping her hands. "Today, we're going to explore the enchanted stream. It's said that whoever dips their feet in the water will hear the wishes of the forest." The friends all agreed, their eyes sparkling with curiosity. Together, they followed Lila through the winding paths of Whisperwood, the forest alive with sounds and colors. As they walked, Lila couldn't help but notice the way the sunlight danced through the leaves, creating a magical atmosphere around them. When they reached the enchanted stream, it was more beautiful than Lila had imagined. The water shimmered like liquid glass, reflecting the sky above.
"Wow.
It's stunning," she gasped. "Let's dip our feet in." Benny suggested eagerly, point one by one. The friends stepped into the cool, refreshing water. Lila felt a tingling sensation in her toes as the magic of the stream enveloped her. "Can you hear it?" she whispered, her eyes wide. The others nodded, their expressions filled with awe. The stream was whispering secrets, the voices swirling around them like a gentle breeze. Each friend closed their eyes, listening closely. "I hear wishes for peace and happiness," Clara said, her heart swelling with joy. "I wish for a never-ending supply of carrots," Benny exclaimed, making everyone laugh. Lila's heart was filled with warmth as she listened to the wishes of her friends. But as she listened closely, she heard something different. A faint melody, a haunting tune that seemed to call her name. "What is that?" she wondered aloud. "It sounds like it's coming from further down the stream," Timmy the tortoise said, his wise old eyes narrowing with curiosity. "Shall we follow it?" Excitedly, the friends nodded, and together they ventured down the stream, the enchanting melody guiding them along. They crossed over stepping stones and ducked under low-hanging branches, following the sound until they reached a hidden grove. In the center of the grove stood an ancient stone pedestal, and atop it lay a golden lyre, shimmering in the sunlight. The haunting melody filled the air, and as Lila stepped closer, she felt an undeniable connection to the instrument. "This must be the source of the magic," she exclaimed, mesmerized. Benny hopped up and down. "Can we play it?" Lila nodded, her heart racing with anticipation. She gently picked up the lyre, and as her fingers brushed the strings, a beautiful sound erupted, filling the grove with harmony. The melody seemed to resonate with the very essence of the forest, making the trees sway and the flowers bloom brighter. Suddenly, the whispers of the stream grew louder, blending with the music. Lila's friends joined in, adding their voices to the symphony. Clara sang sweetly, Benny added his cheerful hops, and Timmy shared his deep, rumbling voice, creating a magical chorus that echoed through Whisperwood. As they played, the air shimmered with energy, and a brilliant light enveloped them. Lila felt a warmth in her heart, a sense of connection to the magic of the forest. In that moment, she knew they had unlocked something truly special. When the last note faded, the grove fell silent, the forest holding its breath. Then, a gentle breeze rustled through the trees, carrying with it the sweet scent of blooming flowers. "That was incredible," Lila gasped, her heart racing. Suddenly, a soft, shimmering figure appeared before them, a beautiful spirit of the forest with flowing hair made of leaves and flowers. "Thank you for awakening the magic of the enchanted stream," the spirit said, her voice melodic and soothing. "You have brought harmony back to Whisperwood." Lila and her friends stared in awe, their hearts filled with wonder. "Who are you?" Lila asked, her voice barely a whisper. "I am Melody, the guardian of harmony," the spirit replied. "You have shown great courage and friendship today, and for that, I grant you a wish." The friends exchanged excited glances, their minds racing with possibilities. Lila thought about the wishes they had heard in the stream and how they could help others in Whisperwood. "I wish for peace and happiness for all the creatures in the forest," she declared. Melody smiled warmly. "A noble wish indeed. It shall be granted." With a wave of her hand, the light surrounding them grew brighter, and in an instant, the grove was filled with vibrant energy. As the light faded, Lila felt a deep sense of joy. The forest was alive with magic, and she knew they had made a difference. "Thank you, Melody," Lila exclaimed, her heart brimming with gratitude. The spirit nodded, her figure shimmering like a star. "Remember, the true magic lies in your friendship and kindness. Always share it with the world." With that, Melody faded into the forest, leaving behind a lingering sense of joy and hope. Lila and her friends stood in the grove, their hearts racing with excitement. They had experienced something truly extraordinary. As they made their way back home, Lila couldn't help but smile at the memories they had created. Each day in Whisperwood was a new adventure, and she was grateful for every moment spent with her friends. When she finally arrived home, her parents greeted her with warm smiles. "Did you have a good day, dear?" her mother asked, ruffling her hair. Lila nodded enthusiastically. "It was amazing. We played music with a golden lyre and met Melody, the guardian of harmony. And we even made a wish for peace and happiness in the forest." Her parents exchanged glances, their eyes sparkling with pride. That sounds wonderful, Lila. You truly have a gift for bringing joy to those around you. That night, as Lila lay in bed, she reflected on the day's adventures. She felt a sense of fulfillment and happiness, knowing that they had brought a little more magic into the world. But as she drifted off to sleep, she heard a soft, enchanting melody wafting through her window. The tiny wooden flute she had left by her bedside was playing a sweet lullaby, wrapping her in warmth and comfort. Days turned into weeks, and each day in Whisperwood brought new adventures. Lila and her friends explored the forest, always discovering something magical. They found hidden caves filled with sparkling crystals, danced with fireflies under the stars, and even helped a lost baby deer find its way home. Through it all, Lila learned the importance of friendship, kindness, and believing in the magic that surrounded her. Her tiny raincoat remained a constant companion, always reflecting her joyful spirit. One sunny afternoon, as Lila played her flute in the Whispering Grove, Sammy the squirrel scampered up to her, a look of excitement on his face. Lila, I heard about a treasure hidden in the heart of the enchanted forest. We should go find it. Lila's eyes sparkled with curiosity. Treasure? What kind of treasure? They say it's the legendary crystal acorn, which grants the holder the ability to speak to the trees. Sammy exclaimed. Lila jumped to her feet, her heart racing with anticipation. Let's go find it. With Sammy leading the way, Lila called on her friends, Benny, Clara, and Timmy, to join in the quest. Together, they set off into the depths of the enchanted forest, their hearts filled with excitement. As they journeyed deeper into the woods, they encountered magical creatures, playful pixies who twinkled like stars, wise old turtles who shared stories of the past, and even a gentle giant who helped them cross a wide river. Each encounter added to the magic of their adventure, and Lila felt grateful for the friends who stood by her side. Together, they faced challenges, solved puzzles, and laughed at the silly moments along the way. Finally, after what felt like hours of exploring, they arrived at a majestic glade. In the center stood an ancient oak tree, its branches stretching toward the sky like a protective embrace. This must be the place, Sammy exclaimed, pointing excitedly. As they approached the tree, they noticed a shimmering acorn nestled among the roots. It sparkled in the sunlight, radiating a gentle glow. The crystal acorn, Lila gasped, reaching out to touch it, but just as her fingers brushed the surface, a rumbling voice echoed through the glade. Who dares disturb the crystal acorn? A massive figure emerged from behind the tree, a giant bear, its fur glistening like the night sky. Only those with pure hearts may claim its magic, the bear growled, its eyes fierce yet wise. Lila took a step back, her heart pounding. We mean no harm. We're just seeking to find the treasure and share its magic with the forest. The bear studied them for a moment, then softened his gaze. Very well. To prove your worth, you must answer a riddle. If you succeed, the crystal acorn is yours. What's the riddle? Lila asked, her voice steady. The bear cleared his throat and spoke in a deep, resonant voice. I can be cracked, made, told, and played. What am I? Lila furrowed her brow, deep in thought. She looked at her friends, who were equally puzzled. Suddenly, inspiration struck her. A joke. The answer is a joke. The bear's eyes twinkled with approval. You are wise and clever, young adventurer. The crystal acorn is yours. Lila carefully lifted the acorn, feeling its warmth and energy. Thank you, she exclaimed, her heart swelling with joy. As they celebrated their victory, the bear smiled and spoke. Remember, the true magic lies not just in the acorn, but in the connections you forge with each other and the forest. With the crystal acorn in hand, Lila and her friends returned to the Whispering Grove. They gathered around the acorn, and as Lila focused on it, she felt a surge of energy. I wish to speak to the trees, she declared. In an instant, the grove transformed. The trees rustled their leaves, and their voices filled the air, a symphony of ancient wisdom and stories. Lila and her friends listened in awe as the trees shared their secrets, tales of love, bravery, and the magic that flowed through the forest, Lila realized that the treasure they had found was not just a magical acorn, but the gift of connection and understanding. They spent the rest of the day learning from the trees, filling their hearts with wisdom and gratitude. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow across the grove, Lila knew they had created something truly special. Each adventure they embarked on only deepened their bond, and she felt blessed to have such wonderful friends by her side. From that day on, the crystal acorn remained a symbol of their adventures, a reminder of the magic that flowed through Whisperwood. And every time Lila put on her tiny raincoat, she was reminded of the joy and friendship that filled her heart. As the seasons changed and the years passed, Lila and her friends continued to explore the wonders of the forest. They faced challenges, celebrated triumphs, and always found a reason to smile. And every night, as Lila drifted off to sleep, she knew that her adventures were just beginning. With her tiny raincoat, her wooden flute, and her dear friends by her side, she was ready to embrace whatever magic the next day would bring. In the end, the true magic of Whisperwood lay not just in the treasures they found or the adventures they had, but in the love and friendship they shared. Together, they created a tapestry of memories that would last a lifetime, reminding them that every day held the promise of new beginnings and endless possibilities. And so, Lila, Sammy the squirrel, Benny the bunny, Clara the bird, and Timmy the tortoise continued to explore, play, and dream, knowing that in the heart of the Whisperwood, magic was always waiting just around the corner. From that day forward, the whispers of the forest became their guiding songs, leading them on countless adventures filled with laughter, love, and a sprinkle of magic. And as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden light over the forest, they all knew that they were forever a part of something extraordinary. And so, the adventures of Lila and her friends continued, each day more magical than the last, as they danced through the seasons of Whisperwood, creating stories that would be told for generations to come. The end.